What's up, guys? Here with another video. In this video, I'll be telling you like why I've been, lying in bed, or why I had this injury, for a long time, or why I've been nearly been out for like 2 weeks, right? So yeah, I didn't think this was possible, and we all know the reason now. But this is common sense. This was no unknown cause. It's just because I was overtraining and running, right? As you can see, like when you overtrain yourself in sport or when you exercise, then eventually your body's gonna give up on you, and this is exactly what happened to me, right? Well, this is fact. It happens to everyone. Like, yeah, sometimes muscle fatigue or soreness, it feel like you're having a high chance of getting sick or something. Like, it's just like you're feeling sick. I mean, of course you have to deal with pain, right? Now I have a loss of suspectation of of like why I overtrain myself running, because I just kept trying to beat my record all the time, just show everybody that I'm very tough, and no one will ever, never will mess with me. I act so cocky, saying that oh, I will win the championship, oh, I'll have a dynasty, oh, I will have this and that, I'm better than everybody, and far better than everyone. Look, man, I need to stop acting like the Ovens, right? That was the biggest reason why all of this is happening, is because I keep acting like the Ovens. Like, look, man, I'm not talking no nonsense here, man. The Ovens is not tough at all. Yeah, man. Yeah, this was the stupidest thing I ever done in my life. And now, God has find a way to pay for it, right? Look, man. Look. Just use your common sense in life. Don't do anything stupid, and you don't have to worry about consequences, period. I mean, yeah, there's karma in life. Yeah, that's a karma right there. Yeah, just me being the Elvis, I think I'm just far better than everybody. Like, miles ahead. Thinking I'm like the next Kobe legendary, like, thinks I'm like the next Kobe or the next Michael Jordan or the next LeBron James. I'm like nowhere near that. Like, people don't even never compare me to those. It's because I'm not even at that level yet. Some people are way higher than me, and they're not even comparable too. So, yeah, see, the Ovens want to act so tough because, yeah, I say that, oh, like the Ovens will never break his terms. Oh, say that he'll never break his record. I keep thinking that I can beat my record, all the time, and complain, saying that my body is depleted. My body has so much problem. No, man. No, you're being crazy. Being record is not easy. You think you could easily beat anyone, or smoke them, or smoke your own record? Like, easily beat? No, man. Look, man, nothing is a cakewalk here, right? And also, just because I'm injured, that doesn't mean, I'll lie in bed for like 2 weeks. I mean, I didn't think any of this is happening. Well, now I know it's gonna happen, and now, I better take care of my body. Gotta take it easy, right? Yeah, I mean, being Ovens, I'm really a pussy, right? Oh, it's just such a weak sauce pussy person. You know? Back to go to the hospital, back to go to see the doctor, and guess what? Doctor didn't solve anything. It's just a regular sickness or soreness, that athletes deal with. If you're injured, you deal with it, right? Oh, like, I go back to the doctor, help. Oh, I beg, some medication that will speed up my recovery. Oh my goodness, man. Look, man, a real tough guy will not complain about his pain, or very minimal. Whereas you sore losers, that have been sick for like 1 2 weeks, you're already stressed out. Telling me you're tough? You're not tough, man. You are being a fake tough. And my dad was right. Every test that I got, from the doctor, everything came back negative, normal. There's nothing wrong with my body. It's just that I overworked it or sprained my muscle. Like if you sprain your muscle or if you damage your muscle, you know, like if you're like feeling like sickness something, or if your muscle feels sore or sprained, it will not show in the MRI or it will not show in the ultrasound. It will not show it. And that is the truth. Because if you torn your muscle and if maybe my torn muscle's already healed, who knows? Like if you torn your muscle and if you have blood clot and you have health problem, you should definitely feel it constantly pain without sleeping. But I slept through fine. If people can sleep through their injuries on their bed, you know, fine, then there's no health problem. But if a person's awake, then they definitely have to go see a doctor. That's the difference right there. You know, sore muscle happens all the time. You know, sometimes it takes a very long time to heal, and yeah, when you keep using it, the injury gets longer and longer and hard to recover, right? You don't know the see, I'm just being an idiot right now. I don't know the difference between overreaching and overtraining. Maybe I've been overreaching for like so many years. You know, overreaching mean that, oh, you know, like you overdo your body and your body is just, you know, not severely damaged. But overtraining means you're severely damaged and it can take you, you know, years to get back to normal. And that happens all the time. You know? Happens to athletes. Maybe if I was friends with more athletes, maybe I would have known this. You know, not to visit doctor. I would have saved like a lot of money, you know? So yeah, man. The old Vince thinks he runs the world. He does not. He's some stupid idiot thing he can do it? No. Right? That's not the case, man. So now I know the severe consequence of being open. Now I cannot go to work for like several weeks, lost all that money, and then lose even more money go visiting the doctor, right? So yeah, you know, but I know that worst thing can happen to me, but I think that this is just pretty much a warning, you know. I know much worse things can happen than this. I thought like, oh, like this is gonna be a permanent injury. I mean, permanent injuries can happen to anybody, right? Don't be stupid, don't be delusional, you know. Things can happen to you. If you're just being dumb and an idiot. I mean, being stupid and cocky, you know, there's a much higher chance of, you know, failures and stuff. I promise you that, you know, that accomplishing anything in life is pretty much impossible when you're just being so arrogant, right? You act like you want something but you haven't done it yet, or think like you can do this, you can do that, you know? Do way more than you're capable of, right? That's considered as cocky, so yeah, you know, like I said, you know, everybody knows, you know, like the old Vince is soft, right? He's weak. He doesn't have any mentality. He has no heart. He just claims to be a tough guy, but you're not, right? Just imagine I cannot stand on my leg for literally 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks, and think that I am tougher than that person. Well, now I don't look very tough, right? And now, you know, I cannot return back. See, I thought that I can, you know, return back to work, you know, walking on my sore leg, but I can't even do that, right? That's how much severe injuries I did, you know, with all that test result negative, right? Look, man, if I know that if my test result negative, I should have stayed home. I would not have to waste time. Yeah, driving there also, you know, costs gas too. I waste, you know, people's time. I make people worry for no reason. People should not be worrying about my injuries, you know. This is pathetic. Like, if people feel sorry for me, you know, going through this drama, they should not feel sorry for me. I don't know what kind of era I'm living in, you know. This era is soft as hell. It's weak era, man. That's what it is. I know that sometimes, you know, oh, they make excuses. Oh, like, I need to go visit the doctor, see, like, oh, if I have any your other problem. Look, man, there's people who face similar injuries than mine, you know, like having inflamed muscles and all stuff. They they just it's just some sort of sickness, right? Like I told you, man. If things go back to normal within like 2 weeks, then maybe it's just either muscle fatigue, muscle sickness, or I'm feeling sick, or maybe I got COVID. Who knows? So let me talk about COVID. You didn't know that COVID can actually cause inflammation too, right? Maybe I did got tested positive, but I just don't know. Maybe I failed to use my COVID test thing. Believe it or not, COVID can cause weird side effects, but I don't know that as for sure. So I cannot. So don't quote me on that. So maybe this is why my thigh gets inflated. Maybe. Well, sometimes your body protects you, when you overwork and stuff. That happens too. So it happened to me, right? Like I said, man. Like whenever you're tired, just listen to your body, right? Man, I just cannot believe. Man, this is how powerful of a minor injury I have. If everything's normal, then you know that you have a minor injury, and if one of your tests, from the doctor is, positive, or you have a problem, then your injury is a lot more severe than, the minor injury, right? That's a fact, man. That's a fact. If I was living in a much rougher era, then I wouldn't be visiting a doctor. That's a big difference. It will save me a lot of money and time too. And I have more chance of resting in bed. Like complain like you're in severe pain, complain that you want to go to the hospital. Complain like this and that. Like, man, just don't help me anymore. Why? I'm glad that I still got people helping and caring for me, and if they're not around and if I'm by myself, then I'll be in big trouble, right? That means, I have to do everything by myself, and it'll be impossible, having, to constantly, lie in bed. Things, my life, surviving will be very impossible. And thank God, I'm just so lucky that, I get, helps and stuff. And even, doctor's help, right? Yeah, man, just losing several $1,000s just because of this incident. Right? Yeah, so this proof is to clearly tell, like the ovens is nowhere near the Newvins. I mean, being the Newvins, I'm just not even trying, right? The Newvins never try so hard, and he could still beat the Ovens. Yeah, the Ovens just act so cocky and arrogant, and only beat the Newvins because the Newvins isn't trying. And if the Newvins try, just a little bit, or even decent, then they should. Then the Newvins should be good enough to beat the Ovens, right? That's a fact right there. See, the Ovens is garbage, man. So garbage. Has to realize every single little help just to get him, where he is. He claimed that he accomplished everything by himself, but he did not. He got lots of help. You got decent family to support, and you just complain too much. See, this is why I cannot say about complaining. People who always complain just in intense pain, already want them to already visit doctor and stuff, already begging themselves. And yeah, nothing happens, when it's just a regular sickness type of thing. So yeah, this is just a pathetic, man. And now, now I have look as dumb as ever, But yeah, man, well, so I'm glad that, that I experienced this, and there are people, that deals, with way worse, severe pain than I am going through. And I claim that I have done way more than these people. I call this, sometimes I insult people, sometimes, I came up with the word, I call them, pedestrian, right? I don't even know, like they've been through a tougher time than I did. There are people that's dealing with pain or that has to lie in bed for like years. For me, it's only 2 weeks and I'm already stressed out. So, yeah, I don't like to make that kind of comparison like that. That means these people have much tougher tolerance than the ovens. The ovens doesn't have has very little tolerance, right? I talk about people in wheelchair, people who are disabled. Like sometimes they have to live with this for the rest of their life, and like I said, man, they have to go through pain for many, many, many years. In this era, people go through intense pain just as little as 2 weeks, and they are already, they already want to give up, right? And telling me you're tough, you cannot deal with pain, I don't want to hear it. Do not want to hear it. Right? I'm telling you all this is the fact, right? So yeah, man. Don't claim to be tough, unless if you act really tough. Don't claim that. And that's a mistake, I made, right? Because what if, I go walk outside and try to beat up someone and that person end up beating up me, there's a lot of, guys, to be honest, that is way stronger than me, right? I mean, they can just, knock me out like in matter of like a single punch or like a few punches, and that will end me like right away. And then I'll be in more pain than than I was today. That was just just a few days ago. So yeah, man. I'm thinking like that people should run away. People are just not afraid. No one's afraid of the ovens. Now I expose you his weakness. Like he can't deal with pain. As little as 2 weeks. I say left alone for a year. If you deal with pain for so long and if you hardly complain, then yeah, and that does reflect you're a tough guy. That does show reflection. But no evidence, of why the ovens is great. He's not. He told you, man, being the ovens, I'm just a garbage person. Garbage. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, but yeah, man, this type of pain and this type of drama this type of problem that I run to. This is just a very farewell warning. I mean, I know that a lot of people will get a second chance in life, but if you were given a second chance and if you will burn up your first chance, I suggest you take that second chance very personally. Like, you'll take it like I meant seriously, right? This is a warning, you're not doing something correctly, so I suggest you correct yourself again. Or maybe I get injured for an unknown cause. Like people find so many excuses of why people should worry and feel sorry for me. Look, man, I'm speaking out the truth here, right? I know that muscle fatigue can heal within like 1 or 2 days. You'll just ring on the internet, but internet is general. Some people may need a lot longer time than that, right? And that's true. Yeah, like if you keep abusing your muscle, then you'll be injuring you longer and longer. Then if you keep injury, then you'll turn to permanent damage, and then you wouldn't, and you're gonna be disabled for the rest of your life. So this ovens does not benefit me, and I know I will slowly destroy myself if I don't change. I already seen it already. I already seen it with my own eyes. And I know the future is never good, is always gonna be bleak, you know, if I stay this way. All I have to do is just change. How easy, I know that repeating, you know, bad habits and, you know, repeating the same habit over and over again, you know, like it gets addicted, and eventually if you went to severe consequence, you know, that would change your life. You better change it. Man, I thought I would never. That's how painful it is. Like I thought, you know, like I will never be the same again. But now, you know, when things almost back normal, I feel like I can run again. But look like I have to wait for, you know, a few months, and that's consequence. Now I get no running for a while. And etc. So, man, I didn't think I'm gonna miss work. I didn't think I'm gonna be in this pain, you know, longer than, you know, a person who's sick for 1 week. I didn't know any of this is gonna happen, so I have to peace out here, and